So hey guys, in the first video we went over the notes for you to be practicing. The second one we kind of went over the chords. This one we're going to go over what do I do with all that? Where do I go? How do I read music and put that all together? So this video is going to be on music theory, how you can go in and find music and how to play it and be able to put all that together. So stick around to the end, watch the whole thing, and please, if you have any comments, leave them down below. Please click on the like, subscribe buttons, and share it with your friends if they'd like to learn, and we'll get started as soon as we roll the intro.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Hey guys, so if you need to see what the notes of the guitar are or the chords or something, be sure to watch my last two videos. Just a recap of what we've learned so far. Here are the notes on the guitar. And here are the major chords, the 7 major chords. And here are the 7 minor chords on the guitar. So just wanted to recap that. Let's we're gonna move on with the video and learn more about music theory, how to put these together to be able to read music and play your favorite songs. We always like to start with the basics. Coffee. All right, guys, so a little bit of music theory. So if you're wanting to learn to read music, that's a good thing because you can apply that on any instrument you look at. So when you're looking at music, usually you're going to see a line like piano music. You know, if you're looking at real sheet music, you're going to see a symbol. A lot of time when it's dealing with guitar, you're going to have this thing that looks like an ampersand symbol with the curl wrapping around this string right here, or this line, which is a G. So a lot of time this is called a treble clef or a G clef. Now the lines on sheet music on a treble clef are always the same. They're E, G, B, D, F, you know. It's in relating to guitar, it's just related to music in general. So a good way to remember that is with acronyms like every good boy does fine or every good boy deserves fudge. The spaces in that treble clef spell out face, right? So that's a good thing to remember. The good thing about learning sheet music, it's harder sometimes to do it, but once you learn it, you can put that on a piano, on a guitar. You know, it all applies universally to it. So anyway, some other like a little bit of note theory. When you see different notes doing here, now on a lot of times you'll see these notes placed all on it. And what I did right here, this is actually the first notes if you're looking at music on a guitar. This is that low E string open. Comes down these. These are called ledger lines, which mean when you're on that space that I did the E, G, B, D, F, you have ledger lines that drop below it for those lower notes. Because like a middle C, you're looking at, you know, that's like a middle C. So, you know, when you're coming up, that's dropping down lower than that treb. So that's the first one. This one here, if you kept walking up a scale, you'd go through the scale. And this is the 12th note of the high E string on the 12th. So that's that one. So that's kind of the basic range of a guitar. Now it could go a little higher and lower, but you know, this just walks down a scale going E, F, G. If it did that, it would go E, jump up to that line would be the F, and then the G would be the next space, and then the next open string is an A, right? And then it would just keep walking all the way up until you got to the E string, and then it would keep going, you know, walk all the way up to the 12th string. Anyway, a lot of time you'll see these placed with this. So you'll see a time signature that tells you what this means. Is this will tell you how many beats are in a measure, which is between two lines. There's 4 beats here. And this tells you which note gets the beat. A 4 means a quarter note gets the beat. And you can screenshot this. This kind of shows what they are. But quarter note, if it's placed in that, means that it gets 1 beat. That's like if you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That gets that 1 beat. If you did a whole note, it'd get 1, 2, 3, 4. If you did a half note, 1, 2, then it'd do the next one. So right here I kind of put how much they do and what a rest. If a rest just means you don't play, you're resting for that many beats, and kind of how many beats that represents. All right, so I wanted to give you an example of some things on guitar and how this relates to piano. So you see, this is the clef I was talking about. Every good boy does fine. E, G, B, D, F, and face. There's also another thing called a bass clef, which now it has these 2 dots over this F line, so it could be called the F clef or something. This one circles the line, so it's called a G clef. Now usually in guitar we're playing on this treble clef, but if you have a stand-up bass, a bass guitar or something, you may be playing on this bass clef, which those lines of that clef are G, B, D, F, A. Now you'll see if I put both of these lines together, they are separated by a line right here. So this is a constant progressive scale. So you saw how in the previous lesson we had these ledger lines. Technically those ledger lines were going down to right here. If you looked at when I played that top E, you know, the real low E open, technically, I'm playing that on this bass scale of E, but instead of doing that, we just put ledger lines below that scale. But that open E would be the same as on a bass note of using this E right here, only a bass goes a lot lower, so it keeps going. This is also how you'll see sheet music when you're dealing with a piano, because you have that middle line is a C. It's called a middle C because it's in the middle of the 2 clefs. On a piano, usually you'll see that middle C is right here in the middle of the keyboard. You'll see like this is C, D, E. You'll see that same set of notes right here, right here. There's 1, 2, this one, 1, 2. 2 after, 2 before, that's the middle C. On a guitar, that middle C is in several areas. Like one, like I was telling you, is right here. Another one, if you go that next string, is on the 5th fret. See how that's the same note? So the next one, if you go up 1 string, is on that 10th fret. See how that's the same string? If I go up and slide down to the 15th fret, see how that's the same note? So any of those are middle C's, and they're made that way because you can walk down that scale or up that scale from anywhere. Piano uses both of them because you have your left hand playing the bass part of the piano and the right hand playing the treble clef. So you can see there's a bass clef, a middle C, and a treble clef part of it. And I put here where that middle C's were on the guitar in case you wanted to pause this and look at that. The beauty of this, if you learn to play music this way, you can jump on any instrument. You can jump on a clarinet, you can jump on a guitar, you can jump on whatever you want to and make your own music. I'm not going to go into all that. I just wanted to show you one way that things may be written when you're looking at music and stuff. So the easier way on a guitar, and my purpose here is just to get you started and going, is a thing called tab. And you can look this up anywhere. I don't know what YouTube's copyrights, what all I can say, so I'm not going to be showing a bunch of tab on here, but you can just type in guitar tabs and pull up a million of them, or guitar chord, music chords, or put in whatever song you want to, and it's going to pull up these sites I'm not going to say the names, but if you just put in guitar tabs, you'll pull up a million of them. There's a couple of ways you'll see things written here. I showed you a picture of the guitar neck. That's just like this. So you can see a lot of times you'll see tab on here. As I was saying, the way tab is written, like this bottom one here is that low E. It's almost like you take this guitar, if I were to take it and flip it, that's what that guitar neck picture at the top of the screen I'm showing, right? I'm looking at it, that E string is on the very bottom, right? So that's what you're looking at with tabs. So if I saw something like this, a lot of time they'll even give you a little symbol telling you what it is. In this particular case, this is a D chord I was just showing you, and it's walking up to like a G type of chord. So if you were to look at that, it's telling you that third string from the low E down here, so that's this string. You know, it's saying if you played that open, right? If, in fact, the easy way, if I made the chord, but if you didn't know what you were doing, it would just say play that one open. The next one over is this 3. You take them in the order they're coming. So it's going 0, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3. So it's playing them this way. So if I went 0, next one is 3. Next one is 2 on that. And then I played on the 4th string here. And then walked up to the 3rd note on the next one, which is basically a D chord. And then it's saying to put my 3rd finger on this string and then play these 2 and then do the same thing. So all together it would sound like a little out of practice, plus being on a 12 string harder. But anyway, just to kind of give you an idea how tab is sometimes written out here. So, you know, so now guitar chords, if you look up guitar tabs, guitar chords, look up a lot of music you'll come up with. They'll even put a nice little thing. Some of them will just show you kind of the lyrics. And keep in mind, I don't know with copyrights what all I can do, what all I can't do. So this is a song I had wrote, you know, on the thing, just to give you an idea. Let's say you pulled up that song that I wrote and it came up on it, you know. It's showing you this is a thing, you know. So if I was trying to learn how to play this song, you know, I looked at that. I'm playing that D right above that wake. I wake up playing a C. So, and playing a G, and then up here, it's even telling you the chords that it's using in the song, you know, the E or that's a C, a D, and a G, right? So let's say I was playing that and I was familiar, I would just go a D, a wake up in the morning, and I'll raise my weary head, light another cigarette, as I lie awake in bed, thinking about all the golden years and the years that lie ahead. So the beauty of it is, and what the point I want to make is, it's very important to learn the chords, those basic chords that I showed you. If you can learn these, you can look up the tabs and you can play any song. The big thing is practicing these chords. So that's the point I wanted to make with that, just with these chords, and then with, you know, the set of chords in here, the minor chords, the major chords. And keep in mind, there's a lot more chords than that. All right, guys, so going back to these chords, I'm leaving that on the screen for a second. If you want to pause it, if you want to take these and, you know, do whatever. So here's the major chords, right? And remember, if you took this A and moved it down the thing, you could go to A. If you move it up 2 frets, that's a B. One more is a C. One more is a D. Be sure to watch my first video where I kind of go over the notes of the guitar and kind of how that works. Just when you're moving them up and trying to find B, C, just remember between B and C, there's only a half a step. There's no sharps or flats, so it only goes up 1 fret. The rest of them go up 2 frets when you're going to the next note. And the same thing between E and F. There's not any. So anyway, if you look at this shape, an E, and move it up 1 fret, that's exactly what this chord is. It just moved up 1 fret. If you moved it up 2, that same position would be a G, you know. So, you know, you just keep moving it up and it becomes that next note, you know. And that's a lot of how rock music and those bar chords and blues and stuff like that are played. So here's that, and then I wanted to show you once again so you can take time, snip it if you want to, do whatever you want. But there's your minor chords of the same things, and they're the same way. You see how this is barred. The minor chords on that string right below it, one thing you'll notice is the shapes are very similar on what you're doing, you know. So, you know, these basic chords make up all the music. You know, there's only 7 chords, but there are a million ways to do it. I'm not looking at making you a professor of music. My thing is to get you to where you can learn how to play it, get enjoyment, have a little bit of understanding of the chords. So practice these, and, you know, just... you know, practice them. And then there's a million people, man. There's people that have degrees in music that teach things on YouTube. There's chord chart theories, there's lessons. So anyway, just I hope this has helped. I hope you guys like it. You know, be sure to look at my next video as well. We love having you guys here, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please click on the like, subscribe button down below. If you have any comments, leave them down in the bottom. You know, if you'd like to see more videos like this, please look around on our channel. You know, I do these stupid dad jokes. We do these RV trips and we record those and a lot of interesting stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.